It is something of a cold day out here, so here's my son. Here he is in the middle. I guess he's composting himself. What are you doing, buddy?
My feet got cold, so I'm putting them in the compost pile.
Is it working?
Yeah, my feet are warm now.
Hey, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm. All right, it's week 15 in this chicken tractor on steroid system with these meat birds. And as you can see, not only are they well up to weight, they're pretty happy. And we've already done the chores. If you want to go back and see how that's done, just watch previous weeks and you'll see how that's done, where basically we flip the compost piles, we move their chicken tractor, we get everything squared away, and then we fill up their cage. You can see all of it. Just watch the previous videos. Sorry, it's a little cold this morning and it's tough kind of talking right now. Well, anyway, these guys are going through this pile, getting the biota out of it. And that's what they do. That's how they derive a majority of their protein, because what I'm giving them is primarily carbohydrates. When we flip these piles, they're going through there, they're getting the worms, they're getting the microorganisms. They're getting all the things that with their very sharp eyes, they can see that you and I can't. And it's working quite well. No health issues. They're not lethargic. They're, okay, as you can see right there, as these guys get older, we're getting to the point where the roosters are starting to exhibit the traits that roosters should. So much of the determination as to whether or not we wait 16 weeks was based on how these roosters work with one another. Now, by and large, it's generally quite peaceful. It's just getting to the point where the testosterone is really going to start kicking in, and then these guys are going to start being a little more at each other's throats. Now, I thought it would, with this many roosters in here, I thought it would be a much, much bigger problem than it is, but it isn't. So the primary determination is based on really the roosters. Now, I got to say, it's a bittersweet thing. Normally, when meat birds come to the time of, you know, making the graduation into the freezer, it's usually, and I'll be completely honest here, and I wonder how many other people that raise meat birds feel this same way. It's usually like, man, it's about time. I'm kind of sick of messing with it. But I got to be honest with you. In this case, as it was in the last batch we raised in this method, it really was a bittersweet type of experience, because every single week they're putting out 1.5 yards of compost for us. And since we have a bunch of trees we're going to be putting in throughout the fall and winter, it's a great benefit to us. Plus, we can use them in other places, instant gardens. All the videos we've done in the past, we need compost. And these guys create better compost than we could even think about buying. And we give you all the reasons for that also in previous videos. But that's exactly where we are right now. If I could let these guys go to 20 weeks and be okay with it, I think I would do it. In fact, I know that I would. Because at this point, it doesn't cost me another dime in this system to feed them. But right now, they're compost making machines. They're the biggest they're ever going to be. They're robust. But I suspect also they're at the point to where they're not going to get any bigger at all, because they're constantly working. They're going after their protein. So as much as we feed them, I think they're working it off. So I think we're getting to the point of diminished returns. So it's that point where, like I said, in this case, I've never been so attached to birds, especially my food, as I am with these guys, because they are doing so much for us. Now, in the future, the idea being is that we're going to wind up taking our dual-purpose birds, the ones who are basically in our laying flock, and we're going to use them to do what these guys are doing. Now, we've done that before in the chicken tractor on steroid system, mostly for our layers. We've never done it exclusively to raise dual-purpose birds for meat. So we're going to do that. And I already know how it's going to work out, but we're going to do it for you guys and show you how it's going to work out. So with that said, like I said, I'd be normally looking on the calendar, ticking away the days, but that's not the case here, because these guys are doing such a fantastic job for us and creating things that we need. So I hope you folks give it a shot, those of you out there, or take bits and pieces of it, things that work for you, where maybe you think, okay, I can use this element and apply it to my system. or maybe this ain't going to work for me, but I'll do it another way. Folks, that's exactly what you ought to be doing. You can do it exactly the way we show you in our template, or you can take pieces and bits of it that might apply to a system that you have that work for you. So give it a shot. If it works, there they are at it again, but it's really not that bad. Anyway, hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends about us. Hit the like bell, whatever those things are. William's all over me about knowing what these things are called, but I think you know what I mean. So until next time, this is Billy, the Permaculture Pimp Daddy, where PIMP stands for Permaculture is my passion. And you can see the reasons why. We'll see you next time.